K-Rock Mid-Atlantic Rock Reviews with a pretty cool, unique interview. We are on a ship, on a balcony, in, I guess, somewhere between the Bahamas and Florida. I haven't looked at the map in a while.
We would hope.
And we got Chachi and Nick from Pop Evil. Guys, great to see you again.
Yeah, you too. What's up, man?
So, first things first, let's hear some PG-13 cruise adventures.
We've had some good times. We've, without naming any names, we got to play putt-putt golf. That's definitely PG. Some slept on the balcony.
Golf, it's right in there, PG.
Yes. We did slept on the balcony. Nick let me know this morning that I was a major cuddler last night.
Oh yeah.
He said, dude, I was on the very edge of the bed and you were rolling over on me. I said, lonely, you know?
Yeah.
We've had some good times. Some less PG-13 times.
Won some money in the casino. I mean, it's.
And one
That's
of you
a positive.
actually assaulted yourselves on stage, not you guys, but a bandmate.
Oh, man.
Can you talk a little about that?
Yeah, Matt crushed his face on his bass neck.
That first show, he likes to do like he's very showy.
You think?
Yeah. He pulls his bass up, and it was a little bit cramped on that stage.
It was a lot of cramp on that stage.
And his bass hit him right in the face. And,
there was. I don't know how he didn't pass out by how much blood
there was
lost.
at least it looked like a gallon or two of blood.
They were going to charge us like $200 or $300 for the blood. Like our tech had to stay and clean it all up.
Wow.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I saw you posted a picture of like a handprint on one of the snares.
Yep.
And like,
Yep. Matt touched the drum head.
Yeah, he's. As he's playing, his hand was so gunked up with blood he couldn't move his fingers, so he had to slap the blood off on the drum.
And now you wonder why that you didn't get to use that drum kit out there.
Yeah. I mean, they don't let me have anything nice ever. I mean, I remember playing and then seeing like blood on my drums, which I frequently smash my hands on my drums. So I'm like, man, it's just the show just started. I just crushed my knuckles. There's blood all over. And then, so like during the song, I'm looking at my hands and I'm like, I'm not bleeding. And then I look up and Matt looks at me and his face just covered in blood. And I was like, what is going on?
I thought you guys started some kind of new shtick like Marilyn Manson.
That's what I thought.
You know, I looked up and I thought it was fake.
A lot of people thought it was fake.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, there's a blood capsule. And then, because now he has black eyes and his nose is shattered.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I heard he's got surgery when he gets back.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, he said he's got emergency surgery when he gets back.
So Matt crushed his face. Lee's seasick.
And somebody jumped in did somebody actually jump off the ship, or are y'all making that up?
No, that happened.
That did happen.
Somebody jumped off the ship. Some other things might have got thrown off the ship. I don't know for sure.
There goes something down.
Hypothetically.
The boat is missing more things.
Some furniture?
Yes.
So, let's talk music for a minute. You guys have an album coming out, I hope, or you're working on one, right?
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little about timing and
Start of the year, we're heading into the studio, January 2nd. So
Which is a terrible idea. Well, management's like, we're going to put you guys in Vegas for New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
You guys start in the studio the next day. Like, the next week, I'm not going to be moving. January.
Who are you playing with on New Year's?
I have no idea.
It's I know Buck Cherry for sure, and there's two other bands that I just don't remember.
I don't know.
Keep an eye.
Bigger bands. I mean,
keep an eye on the internet for that one.
Yeah.
Now, how soon can folks expect to hear music being played live? That's gonna a lot of times bands
reflect
will
it. I don't think anyone's gonna hear anything until we go back out, which means the album will be at least the single will be out. Because we're gonna after the cruise we do a December run, and then we hit the studio. None of the songs are finished front to back, but we have a lot of demos. I think we have way more than we expected. We probably have like 20, probably really close to 20 songs at least that we're going to take in.
And we have some more coming already too.
Yeah. So like one of the storylines to your band's always been like kind of what style, because you can play with anybody. You guys play the heavy festivals and like this has got a lot of heavy bands, but you can also play with some mellower bands.
Right.
And that's where the band name comes from.
Yeah, and perhaps it seems that. What is there a flavor that the new album's going to have, or is it going to be a mixture like the last one?
It's definitely going to be.
It's going to be diverse. Yeah.
Yeah, sticking with the mixture. Yeah, you love our ballads. We love playing the ballads. It's We like having those kind of intimate moments, but then we also like to rip your face off when we have to.
I think, I don't know, man. The songs I've heard are just even demos, and I'm really excited about the new album. I know that every band says that, but I'm genuinely like stoked for the songs.
So are we.
And they're like when they just got back from some of the guys went to LA, some of the guys have been in Nashville, some of the guys have been writing in Michigan, so we get split up a little bit. We don't always get to write together, and so like I just moved to New York, and so our management emailed me some of the demos, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I can't wait, so I can start writing drum parts and feeling the grooves out, and I'm really, really excited.
Is there going to be a lot of influence, because you're the two newer members of the crew, is there some influence that we're going to hear different that either of you may contribute to that?
Yeah, I mean, I think naturally, I mean, it's just going to be, I mean, even if you're just playing on the record, you're going to have a different playing style than, you know, what the older members had, and it's going to be different. It's going to be a little bit of an evolution, but it's still going to be poppy.
Questions about cruises. You guys have done this before. Is there something that you like better or worse about being on a rock cruise? The food, the people, any of the above? What do you like? What don't you like?
Major pro is hanging out with like people. Like getting the chance to have like a 4-day meet and greet is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I've had multiple people, like fans or people on the boat, that were just like, I really wanted a picture, but I was afraid to ask, like I was going to bother you. And I was like, we're on a cruise together. I mean, we're all just like all the same, very equal. This is like your chance to interact with us, and we want that chance. I mean, that's an opportunity that we don't get. And people don't understand that a lot of times it's not like us deciding not to hang out. We're just like, we're pretty much told what to do from when we wake up.
Yeah.
We're like children. We have to be directed everything.
All except the jumping off the ship part.
Right.
Well, kids don't always do what they're told.
They don't listen very well. But yeah, I think that's probably one of the biggest pros, is getting like to hang out and interact. And the cruise, I like watching other bands a lot.
Yeah.
So who'd you like seeing on the ship? So do you?
Who's your favorite so far?
I'm a huge Fuel fan.
Seven Dust blew my mind.
Oh yeah, those two unquestionably best.
How were you guys? We didn't get to see you on Trespass Tour. How did the crowd take that? Yeah, react.
Every show is different.
Yeah.
There was rougher, stingier crowds, but it wasn't just for us. Even though it was definitely a heavier tour, even the heavy bands were pretty different from each other. Mm-hmm. And like every show, there were bands that were favored and bands that were just didn't get as much love. So
yeah, but that's kind of what you get with a diverse tour.
Yeah, right. I love that. Yeah. I mean, I talked about that on Facebook recently. I talked about, I love going on tour with bands that don't sound like us.
I think you guys are always going to get that too, because I'll tell you, last night I was standing next to somebody who had never seen you all before, and with this cruise, as soon as you played Epitaph, the guy went nuts.
Yeah.
And I was like, believe me, they can do it all. They can do that end of it.
We have a lot of people that have never heard of us, or they hear the name, they assume that we're metal, or the only song they know is 155, and then they're like, whoa, Last Man Standing, or vice versa.
Yeah, that's another
example. I come from Last Man Standing, and they're playing Monster. But I like constantly changing and being all over.
Yeah, keep people on their toes.
Tell me about the blog, man. You just switched from like a video blog to you're doing and tell people where to find your blog.
Yeah, I just started doing a blog on it's Joshua Marundi, my last name Marunde. Can't remember, .blogspot.com.
Something like that.
I post once or twice a week. I'm still trying to do video updates, but if we're off tour, it's not that exciting. Some people still want them, but I don't have.
Here I am making a peanut butter and jelly
sandwich. Doing normal people things today. I went for a run and played with my dog.
No dog on the bus yet, I see.
Our tour manager is allergic to dogs. So
is that the new excuse?
So it's coming down. It's coming down for me. That means we need a new tour manager. I want a puppy really bad on the bus. Realistically, his excuse, besides being allergic, though, is that I'm enough to take care of.
Yeah.
And he's probably
heard that before.
Yeah.
He might be right.
So these guys are going to be heading to the studio soon. Another short run right after this cruise.
All December, about 3 weeks.
and I forgot who was that with.
We're seeing them ones with Otherwise and ones with.
Down.
So all bands that our followers love, Charm City Devils, Otherwise Lansdowne, all great bands, all bands that our followers follow out.
Definitely
so
check
get
them
out
out.
there and check them out. And we've had a blast hanging with Pop Evil. And I want to say this, what Chachi and Nick are telling me about hanging with fans is completely legitimate, because they won't say this, but I will. There's some bands on this ship that say that and don't do it, and there's some bands on the ship that say it and do it, and they're proof of it, and that's why we love these
They're
bands.
always out. Always out.
Thanks for hanging with us.
Thank you,
Atlantic
man.
Rock
Thank you, guys.
Reviews.
Thanks for having
Chachi and
us.
Nick.